Hello everybody, welcome to quarantine workout number 51. 51 being notable because it is the quarantine workout where I decided to make my head look like a pineapple. So this is a thing, this is a skill that I realize I now have, so this is what we're doing. The warm-up here, and I should tell you, what we're gonna be getting ready for is some sprinting. I'm gonna break the mold here. I'm gonna tell you what we're doing at the end, and hopefully that can inform a little bit of how you handle the warm-up and handle the first circuit. So we're getting ready at the end to do some med ball throws and some sprints, and that's really the main focus of the workout. Now, I love sprinting, short distance, full speed running that takes, 12 to 20 seconds. I love this because it's so dynamic, it's so explosive. I mean, look at a sprinter. Like, sprinters are ripped, they're cut, and it's not because they're just spending a ton of time in the gym lifting weights, although at the elite level, yeah, sprinters are also good weightlifters, but it's not because the weightlifting makes them good sprinters. It's because sprinting requires a lot of the same type of explosive, maximum dynamic movements that sprinting does. So really, those two things go hand in hand, and they really augment each other very nicely. So weightlifters should be doing sprinting, and sprinters should be doing Olympic lifting. Of course, it makes sense, right? So that's what we're getting ready for. The most dynamic, the most explosive moves that are out there. And the other thing that I really like about sprinting is that it's such a sneaky ab exercise. A lot of times I'll go out and I'll do some sprints because sprinting's fun, right? Moving fast, making your body move as fast as it can through space with nothing but your body is fun. And the next day, my abs will be sore, and I'll wonder, man, I don't remember doing any abs yesterday. I didn't do any crunches. I didn't do any planks. What did I do that made my abs so sore? And then I realize, invariably, it's the sprinting. Because when you're sprinting, you're having to counteract rotational forces from your lower body with rotational forces from your upper body to keep you moving in a straight line. And it's the torso the torso is tasked with taking those forces and canceling out. So this hurricane of forces in the top and the bottom half of your body is meeting at your torso, and this is where you have to have enough strength to be able to have those forces cancel out to propel you forward in a straight line as quickly as you can. Sprinting is fantastic. But, as you should not be surprised, we are going to be warming up in the normal way. That's right, it's all about basics. So you got your general warm-up. Nothing crazy yet. You'll see there's a lot of moves in here that get you ready for those kinds of dynamic, explosive forces that your body's gonna undergo while you're sprinting, right? You're gonna be moving your arms forcefully. Your shoulders need to be warmed up. And then we do a lot of rotational stuff, right? We got the monkey stretch, of course, this flex of the sides, front to back, opening up the chest, stretching out the back. We've got hip circles, we've got rotational forces here. So a lot of this stuff is geared towards getting you ready in a casual way for the kinds of maximum intensity, explosive movements that we're going to be experiencing later in the practice. Sorry if I just explained warm-up in a very tedious fashion, but that is what we're doing. So once you finish the general warm-up, we're going through the 10 and 10. 10 and 10, we're going to do no push-up today. We're going to be using some full body moves instead. What we're going to be doing is Sherpa climbers. So it's like a mountain climber, but it's steeper. It's a Sherpa climber. So you're going to walk out, and then here you're going to go 1, 2, then back to the center. The second one, you're going to do 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to the center. Then 6, then 8, etc., all the way up to 20. Really opening up the hips, getting the hips stretched and springy because you're going to need that later. After that, of course, you're going to be feeling nice and limber and rubbery for your corrective squats. 10 of those, make them perfect. All right, so circuit number 1, we're going to stay core focused, but we're going to start getting more explosive. So what we've got, first thing, single leg squat jump. Probably didn't see that coming. You're going to go 5 on each side, really be explosive. And then just like when you're sprinting, that reciprocal arm movement, right? You're gonna drop down into that lunge, opposite arm forward. When you go up to jump, swing. Drive up and drive that knee forward. You got 5 of those on each side. From there, you're gonna go down onto the ground for core 360. Now we're gonna do the reps a little bit differently. We're gonna do 10 on the shift back, 15 on the GSPs, and then 20 on the dolphin soup. Now, since we're only doing 10 on the shift backs being the lowest number that we're doing during this core 360, I really want you to push the distance. The further back you go, the further in front of you your hands become, the more it's gonna strain your lower abs. And that's really what we want here. So, I don't wanna just be moving like this, right? If I was doing 18, 20, this might make sense, but we're only doing 10, so I want you to push it more. And it's right here, when you're the furthest back, that's when you really need to focus on keeping your hips tilted underneath your body. You don't want to start releasing and collapsing here. So when I get the hands out in front of me, at that point, I'm really thinking about squeezing the lower abs hard, keeping my hips rotated under, and not letting go of my lower back, right? From there, you get the GSPs. Remember, top foot's in front on this. And if you're getting really unstable, most of the time, it's because this bottom leg's not engaging. So if you find yourself having a difficult time getting stable, you're swaying a lot, push that back leg down, that bottom leg, press the outside of the bottom leg down into the strap. And 9 times out of 10, that's gonna stabilize you, right? Find the ground with that hip, snap back up to neutral. Opposite side, and then you switch on to the back, and you've got your dolphin soup. Go for 20 reps on this, remembering, keep the feet plantar flexed. Race, start, recovery position. That means keeping pressure, elbow through the wrist, drive down, and keep the abs engaged here as well. It's about driving the hips forward. It's not necessarily about letting go of all the vertebrae and arching your back. You want to keep a straight line here and a relatively straight line there, and just drive the hips forward. Really squeeze the glutes here, find the ground, and don't let the feet come apart. Keep the feet together on the press. Once you finish your core 360, then you'll be up to your feet. You got pentagram lunges. You're gonna go 4 per side. So you know you love these pentagram lunges. There's your 1, and let the arms swing. There's your 2 diagonal, going out laterally. 3, stepping back diagonally. 4, and then stepping straight back. 5. You go through 4 times on the right, then 4 times on the left. Last part of this circuit is an X carry. X carry, you got your kettlebell, your suitcase, whatever you're using. Got your med ball up overhead. So I'm gonna grab this med ball, pick up this kettlebell, gonna get this med ball up overhead, and I'm gonna walk 40 steps this way, 40 steps there. Then I'm gonna switch, and then I'm gonna walk 40 steps in the opposite position. Right? When you're doing this X carry, you wanna think about stacking up overhead. That means reaching, but bringing that shoulder blade down, right? Making that space so that you can bring this arm back. This hand at the side, shoulders back, nice and tall, core engaged. 40 steps one position, switch positions, 40 steps the other position. You're gonna go through that 5 rounds. Okay, last thing, we got circuit number 2, going through this 5 times as well. You're gonna take yourselves outside for this. We're gonna be doing some sprinting. I know, I promised you sprinting, and here it is. But first, we got some med ball throws. So we're gonna be doing squat high throw, single leg squat high throw, and a race start throw. So I'm just gonna kind of mime these with the ball. I don't wanna actually put a hole in the ceiling here, but the squat high throws, and we're gonna be doing 3 of each, right? For the squat high throw, always it starts from the ground. So I approach that ball, I drive, and then I jump and I throw the ball up as high as I can, right? I want to maximize that hang time, really be explosive. The ball lands, reset over it, and then doing it again 3 times. Next, we've got the single leg squat high throw. So this one actually starts off more like a deadlift, right? So I'm going to be right here. I'm going to address the ball. And when I come up, I'm going to bring it up this way, and then I'm going to throw it and jump forwards, right? I want to land a little out in front of me because I want this leg to extend from the hip. So when I throw this, I'm going to be here. I'm going to come up, and then I'm going to land, right? 3 of those. And then the last one is a race start throw. So the race start throw, another asymmetrical throw, but I'm throwing the ball forwards now. So same foot's going to be forward. I'm going to address that ball. I'm going to set my posture. That means I'm going to press the chest, bring the shoulders down. And then when I throw that ball, I'm going to drive through and really step through it. I want to throw that ball as far forwards as I can. 3 of those as well. Once I finish that, then I go back to my squat high throws. Then I do the singles from the other leg. Then I do the race start throws with the other foot in front. And really be explosive. Use the breath to produce power. Remember, power from the legs as it relates to the hands requires that the torso transfers power. If you are exhaling forcefully during that transfer, your core will become more rigid, and a more rigid core more effectively transfers power. So you're talking about transferring power from the ground to your hands. That goes through the arms, through the torso, through the legs. This is where the power gets magnified the most. The more rigid your torso is, the more effectively that power is going to transfer to the hands. So make sure you're using the breath to transfer that power effectively. Now, once you finish doing those throws, right? High throw, right leg, high throw, left leg, 3 throws of each, then you got your sprints. So the way that we're going to do these sprints is going to be 3 runs, each of 30 strides. The first one is going to be 10 sprint, 20 easy run. That means full stride, not jogging, but getting that knee up, swinging the arm, right? The next one is going to be 20 sprint, 10 easy run. And then the third one, of course, is going to be 30 sprint. Now, the way this goes, you're only going to walk back easy after the last one. So you've got your 10 sprint, 20 easy, slow down, stop where you are, turn around, then you got it going the other way. 20 sprint, 10 easy. Then the last one, 30 sprints, then finally walk back to where you started, and then take 2 minutes. So you got 120 seconds. Stretch your legs out, do some deep breathing, shake it out, take a drink of water, and get yourself ready for the next round. We go through 5 rounds of that as well. Have fun, be explosive, and I hope your core is sore tomorrow.